Hi everybody, and a warm welcome back to Maple Leaf Customs in Switzerland. I'm Andrew, and on the bench today is a Hot Wheels 1940 Ford pickup truck. Classic period styling, which makes it a favorite among restorers and customizers. According to the Hot Wheels Wiki site, it's a modified drag racing version of the 1940 Ford pickup. Designed by Phil Riehlman, it debuted in the 1998 first editions and has reappeared several times since its conception, most notably as a treasure hunt in 2002. This is my entry to this month's Four Horsemen Invitational. A special welcome to Caliber 50 Customs and Go Bear's Diecast Workshop, the newest of the Horsemen, and this month's guest, Cool Cat Custom Diecast. There's the next couple of cars that you want to have in your inventory, and when you participate, we'd like you to submit a real nice glamour pic for inclusion in a recap video. The build theme this month is fully detailed, so I'm going to go to work on this one inside and out. I'll strip it down, do some heavy body work with a grinder, give it a new two-tone themed paint job with decals, a steering wheel swap, a stick shift, and a cool set of new Samed wheels. It's an ambitious undertaking, and I hope you'll like what I do. Be sure to search for all of this month's 40 Ford pickup builds for the Four Horsemen. There's going to be a bunch of them, and there's always a lot of creativity out there. Enjoy each and every one of them. You can see all the bits here that I carefully put together in a little basket because I might have 2 or 3 projects on the go at one time, and I will definitely get them mixed up or lose parts if I don't do that. I'm skipping a couple of the perfunctory steps that I always do, but I'll show you the drilling out of the posts. Over here in Europe, I use a 2mm drill bit. Did you know we have a name for these shavings? That's swarf. Now you know. More useless information from Maple Leaf Customs. Well, I'll clean up this casting with a file to ensure that it fits back together perfectly when it's time to reassemble everything. And a couple of screws during the paint stripping and the painting just to keep those nicely drilled out posts clean. Okay, good start. I hope you'll be back to my channel real soon for these upcoming videos, including a Plymouth Superbird. It looks cool, as does the Ferrari FXX, a special build by request for a channel viewer. And I've got an assortment of junk on my desk for the Silva Challenge Part 23. Make sure you're all subbed up to catch these and more. This week's community shout-out goes to Diecast Dragor and my friend Vic up in Scotland. It's a racing channel where I recently got torched again as one of the guest drivers, but it's lots of fun, and I invite you to follow the link in the description and check out Diecast Dragor. Well, there's a lot of casting lines on my particular 40 Ford pickup. I wonder if everybody's got this issue. So I go to work on it with some fine tools, including my files and picks, just to make sure the lines are erased and the paint is out of all of these little crevices. And now I want to get rid of this bulbous blower that's been cast into the body. That's a modification that Hot Wheels did in this most recent release in 2022. I take a titanium-tipped burr tool, and off it comes. You gotta use a King Kong grip on both the casting and the rotary tool so this one doesn't jump and scar the rest of the casting, but I had some good luck today. It's really not a fair match. These titanium tools make fast work of diecast. It does require some fine filing, and this is the opening that I've got. That's where I'll put a 3D printed engine when the time comes. I use an abrasive wheel attachment. I've got several different grits. Whenever I've done some metal filing, because this will smooth out any of the scratch marks that are left behind, and of course that's a goal, especially when we're doing a super detailed job like this month's build. I take the full version of a 3D printed engine and carefully lock it into my bench vise for safety so that I can remove the valve covers and everything that would be below the hood, because this is just what is showing on the top part. Like so. So I didn't need the whole engine. Now that's an enormous improvement already. Perfect fit first try. I degreased the casting and then I put it into my spray booth for some primer. I just use a hardware store spray can. And while that's drying up, let's do away with the original plastic wheels and upgrade to a smart set of real rubber and treaded Samed wheels with some red trim on them that I think look great. Axles are a bit long in this case. In the front, way too long. So I trim them down, put a little pinch on the end with some fence pliers. It flattens it out like this, which is recessed enough inside the tire that you don't see it, but still allows full motion spinning, as you can see. Repeat the process for the front. A little more had to come off in that case. And because I've removed one of the 3 tiny tabs that originally held these axles in place, I now put a little spot of JB Super Weld on there, kind of like a resin that cures instantly with this UV light. And that's a nice upgraded set of wheels. I hope you'll visit samedwheels.com for your next order of custom rubber wheels. It'll make every car look so much better. Now I turn my attention to some interior detail, knowing at the beginning that this is not going to show very clearly through the small window openings in the pickup, but that's the theme this month, so I'm going to work on it while it's open and accessible to me. Beginning by drilling out an opening for the steering wheel column. That's a little 3D printed unit. And I'm going to surgically remove the little gear shift mount. Again with my pin vise, drill a micro hole. I like to use a household straight pin, bent at a certain angle, which I think makes a cool looking little stick shift that's pretty close to 1/64 scale. Again, even though it won't be clearly seen, I'm doing the interior highlights in red. That will include the racing seat. There is no passenger seat. The 3D printed steering wheel. Even the gear shift knob. Looking good. Here's the detailed engine. I chromed up the main part of it and red highlight on the top blower. And now into the spray booth. I'm trying out some Vallejo Premium Metallic Yellow for the first time. That shoots out of my airbrush beautifully. It's looking a little bit more golden than yellow. I'm going to persevere. That's just a miscoat. It actually darkened up a little when I went second coat and top coat. I masked it off and shot the roof in red. And I'm looking at it now. Did not pass inspection. The second iteration is in Midnight Black, which is my all-time favorite color on any vehicle. Masked it again, Shot the roof and the spoiler in red again. And I'm looking this one over and thinking, yeah, that's what I'm going with. The black and red will also lend itself perfectly to this change of theme that I had to call an audible on halfway through, with absolutely no disappointment in my mind. It's another two-stage decal job because of the dark black and red body colors. Lay down some ghost white decals first. Texaco, of course. And it's a 40 Ford. Do up the tailgate the right way with the parachute and the tail lights. And now for the truck bed. I had already started a couple of chrome highlights and decided at this point going all in on the chrome. The roll bars are going to be red to match the color scheme. Flipping over the chassis, I realize I've totally missed filming the scratch-built wheelie bars. Sorry. I clipped off the little silly plastic ones that came in the original casting and made my own out of fine styrene rods. Now I'm just highlighting the undercarriage that was included in the molding in some chrome and red. The wheelie bar wheels will get a touch of red as well. Last bit of detail goes on the front grille, which gets chromed. And now it's time to put it all back together. The whole casting has been well clear coated a couple of times to secure those decals. The windshield glass goes in, it's going to hold the front axle in place. And that's the last look you'll get at that detailed interior. It all clicks into place as I was hoping it would. I replaced the front screw. I've got good rotation on the tires. And because of my wheelie bar covering up the screw head opening, I had to lock that one down with a little bit of crazy glue and hold it in place for 10 seconds or so. It's as secure as can be. No worries. Very last touch is securing the engine that pops up through the hood opening that I cut, and we can have a closer look. I am really happy with the paint combo and the decals on this, especially as I had to change course midstream. Black and red is always going to be my favorite combo. That's what's out in my driveway right now, and the Samed wheels with red trim on them look the part. I've got my Swiss Tuned logo on the rear fenders. Ford, Texaco. Oh yeah. I'm loving this one. Nice shine on everything. There's my channel logo on the bottom. Not a lot of detail to go down there, but enough to say that was my fully detailed job on the 40 Ford pickup, which now, in its original state, looks kind of plain Jane, doesn't it? It's absolutely bereft of detail inside and out. But look at it now. I love that big blown engine in the front, and the chrome stands out beautifully against the black. It's just glistening under the lights of the little garage diorama. From the front, from the back, from the top. Leave your respectful comments below and tell me what you think of the 40 Ford pickup, all detailed like this. I put it into a blister pack. This one is going to Albuquerque, New Mexico, to my online friend J.C. Hayes, who recently supplied me with an enormous mail call package. Thank you for visiting my channel today. I hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to watch the rest of the 4 Horsemen invitationals this month. Come on back soon, and often. It's coffee time.